You're not gonna find too many ferries left in Oregon. This is one of them. Now you don't need to take the ferry to get here, but if you're out this way, it is kind of a fun thing to do. I'm coming from West Lynn, going across the Willamette River here, and we're gonna take a tour today of Canby. Oh, that starts now. Hey everyone, Seth Marchant with the Home Team Brokers here, coming to you today from Canby, Oregon. If you're new to this channel living in Oregon, we show you what the lifestyle is like in Oregon. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure and hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, that way you'll get notified. And if you're somebody that's thinking about moving to Oregon or somewhere in Oregon, as realtors, we always love to hear from you. So you can always call us, text us, send us an email, or you can click the link below in the description if you want to schedule a Zoom. Typically best for people coming from out of state. All right, so today I'm going to give you a little overview of Canby, Oregon. Canby is in Clackamas County. It's south of Portland. It's maybe a 40-45 minute drive to downtown Portland. Population here is about 16,000 people, just right in the city. And the thing I would say about Canby is that if you look at Canby on a map, it's really in the northwestern corner of Clackamas County. However, for the Portland metropolitan area, which is Clackamas County, Washington County, and Multnomah County, it really feels like it's kind of on the edge of that Portland metropolitan area where people kind of consider themselves like in close proximity to Portland. Again, 40-45 minute commute if you're looking to, if you work in downtown Portland or you just want to stay in downtown Portland. Canby is kind of right there on the edge as far as how far away somebody wants to be from Portland. And if you go south of Canby or southeast of Canby, this is kind of one of the last big towns that's kind of around the Portland metropolitan area. Everything kind of south of here is going to be a lot significantly smaller than Canby is. So Canby is largely a farming town. It was incorporated in the late 1800s. A lot of people started to settle here in the early 1900s, so you'll find a lot of homes here that were built in the early 1900s, all kind of condensed around the downtown area. So it's maybe kind of like similar to a Wilsonville in that it's a farming town, but a lot of the population is condensed around the downtown area. But you do have a fair amount of properties that are kind of outside of city limits too as well. You've got Highway 99 that goes right through Canby. And that'll take you, if you keep heading north, through Oregon City and then eventually through Milwaukee and then on to Portland. And that's where we're going to get started here, is on Highway 99. So we're just south of the city, maybe a quarter mile, heading north. This bridge that we're going to come up to here is going to take us over the Molalla River. Again, not to be confused with the Willamette River, which we took the ferry over in the very beginning of this video. The Molalla River runs into the Willamette River. If you go left, which is west, maybe about a mile or so, that's where you're going to hit the Willamette. So coming up to this intersection here, we're going to have Canby High School coming up on the right, and I'll show you some drone footage of that. The downtown is maybe about a mile up the road here on the left, and I'll take you downtown as well. Then I'll show you some of the homes around kind of around the downtown, and then maybe getting a little bit farther outside of the downtown, so you can kind of get a feel for some of the different homes here. Sorry about the view, it's not the best view, getting stuck behind a larger truck here, but I will say, if you can make it out, what that is a Fort George truck, which is one of my favorite breweries actually in all of Oregon. They're located in Astoria on the northwesternmost tip of Oregon, right next to Warrenton. So definitely check it out if you're ever in Astoria. Great food. They've got 2 levels. The second story has some great views of the Columbia River. All right, so just coming up past this Burgerville here, and just past this Taco Bell, on the right side is going to be Canby High School. So Canby is a 5A designation, and you can kind of see there's some new construction going on there. According to the website for the people that are doing this construction, which is I think Hoffman, it includes a 40,000 square foot addition to the ProTech Education Center, and a 2-story, 22,000 square foot addition to the gym, and a new 6,000 square foot greenhouse. There's also a key renovation item that was complete restructuring and renovation of the 12,800 square foot industrial technology department. And upgrades also include a new fire alarm system, roofing, flooring, acoustic treatments, HVAC systems, lighting, and security, voice, data, and systems throughout. Really nice high school. Again, it's a 5A. We have 6 designations in the state of Oregon. And kind of going back to what I was saying in the beginning about Canby kind of being one of the bigger cities that's kind of on the edge of what feels like kind of like the Portland metropolitan area. Most of the schools and the cities that you're going to find south and southeast of here are going to be like 4A, 3A, maybe even some 2A. So 5A and 6A being the largest designation. If schools and sports in particular are important to you and you want your kids to compete at the highest levels, you're probably going to want to be in that like 5A or 6A designation. All right, so now we are downtown. That intersection that we just came through, that street was Grant Street. If you take a left, that will put you right here. So being downtown has a little bit of a different feel to it than some of the other towns in Clackamas County. Places like Milwaukee or Westland, you kind of have like one main street, whereas the downtown in Canby is it feels a little bit larger. You don't just have kind of one main street. It's kind of sprawled out a little bit more. So the downtown feels larger than maybe some of the other downtowns in the other cities in Clackamas County. Canby is known as the garden spot. You'll see a lot of flowers hanging throughout the downtown, which is nice. And then coming up here, we have a Cutsworth Market, which is a really popular spot in Canby. I believe it used to be a Thriftway. If you haven't heard of Thriftway before, it was a chain throughout the Northwest. I haven't seen a Thriftway in forever. I don't even know if they still exist. But Cutsworth used to be a Thriftway, or is a product of a Thriftway corporation. But it's a great market that I think a lot of people in Canby really appreciate. Other than that, you do have a Safeway. You do have a Fred Meyer's, which we'll hop back out onto 99 after we go through the downtown here, and I'll show you, point out some of those other shopping spots. And then I'll also show you some of the homes that are around the downtown, and then we'll get a little bit outside of the downtown and show you what some of the new construction and new subdivisions look like that they're currently building in Canby. That road that we just drove down, which was First Avenue, prior to 1920, according to Canby's City of Canby's website, was the Road of 1,000 Wonders, and it was the main route through Canby, running northeast to Oregon City and then west to Barlow, which takes you towards the valley. That year marked the arrival of the Pacific Highway, which is Highway 99, which we'll jump back out on here in just a moment. To the south of the railroad tracks, there's a railroad tracks that parallel the highway all the way to Oregon City. So that marked a new era of transportation from Canby. Many of the early buildings and homes in the original kind of 24 block town site still exist. So it's got kind of an old town feel to it, kind of like a Westland. Then you've got the Canby Cinema right here on the corner. We'll just drive right past that and then hop back onto Highway 99. All right, so picking up where we left off, which was Grant Avenue. So again, the downtown is on the left right there. This is going to run maybe about 3 miles or so and continue on through town. Another big thing that you have here in Canby is you do have the Clackamas County Fairgrounds, which are going to be coming up on the left. That's where the Clackamas County Fair takes place every year. Carnival rides, fried food, demolition derby, all that kind of typical county fair stuff. So great time. All right, as we move along Highway 99 here, kind of getting closer towards the north side, the end of Canby, I'll take you kind of back down around the downtown to show you some of the neighborhoods. So I'll show you what some of those homes look like. Again, a lot of the homes built around the downtown were built in the early 1900s. You'll find a pretty big variety of different types of homes, though, all throughout Canby. There are quite a few new construction homes. And if you're watching this video and it's maybe 6 months, a year down the road or something like that, given how much Canby is growing and how many new homes they're building here, there will probably still be new homes being built as you're watching this. And then so coming up here on the right is the Canby Market Center. It's where you got your Fred Meyers and a whole lot of other shopping. I think all in all the shopping around Canby is pretty good. You probably won't find yourself having to leave town to do your shopping. And if you do, like I said, Oregon City's just 10 minutes away. Wilsonville's right next door as well. There is a Home Depot in Oregon City. Canby has a place called Canby Builder Supply, which is great, but Home Depot, for whatever reason, seems to be a store that people inquire about that are coming from out of state a lot. People are always asking, is there a Home Depot? Or sometimes they'll ask about Lowe's. But the Canby Builder Supply store is great too. But if they don't have everything that you need, you can always continue on this Highway 99 right here and get to Home Depot in Oregon City in about 10 minutes. All right, now that we've driven the entire length of Highway 99 through Canby, I'm gonna, like I mentioned, show you some of the neighborhoods around the downtown. So this street that we're on right here is just a couple blocks away from the downtown. This is pretty typical of what you'll see. It's really a pretty big grid all around the downtown of homes like this with the occasional park. Again, a lot of these homes built in the early 1900s. Average home value in Canby, as I'm shooting this, is about $600,000, which is right up there with Portland values. Portland home values are about like high 500s right now. There's about 80 homes on the market right now in Canby, which is probably about average for one of the larger towns in Clackamas County. And we're right now kind of in the peak of the season. In summertime is when you'll find the most homes on the market in Oregon. I know that might be a little bit different for some of you watching from, say, California or from Arizona. You might not quite get the peaks as much, and then kind of the low season, which of course in Oregon is the winter time, as much as we do here in Oregon. So inventory really kind of peaks during the summertime, and then there's a lot of people that are really trying to secure and find their new home before school starts in early September. So inventory kind of dips off quite a bit once you kind of start getting towards the end of August and into September, and then really slows down throughout the winter, waiting again until springtime. As far as the demographics go, the average age in the city is 36 years old, although there are quite a few places throughout the city, or at least a handful of places that do have an older demographic. There's probably a few good neighborhoods that are popular for retirees, so I think it's a good place for older and younger people alike. One kind of interesting thing about Canby, again, regarding demographics, almost 21%, maybe a little over 21% of the population here is Hispanic, which is kind of interesting because if you watch our other videos and maybe some other videos about Portland or Oregon in general, one of the kind of the knocks is that it's not very diverse here. It's largely, white. So to see the Hispanic population be that high is kind of cool. So what you're seeing now is some of the new subdivisions that are going up. This is just outside of kind of like the downtown area, maybe just a mile and a half. So that's kind of what you're going to find is the newer homes are going to be, and the newer subdivisions are going to be just outside of kind of the more condensed downtown area. These homes, I believe, are built by Lennar, which is a national home builder. There's also homes being built by Icon Construction, which is located in West Lynn. Icon's been around for decades. They build really great houses. You probably see their trucks around town quite a bit, those Icon trucks. So it gives you maybe a little bit more peace of mind having a local company that's around, in case you have an issue with the house in the first year of that warranty that you'll receive, to know that you have a local company that's going to be there for you. A lot of these homes are starting in the 600s. You're probably looking at higher 600s, maybe lower 700s though, depending on your square footage. And as you can see, they're going to be building these homes for a while. So again, if you're watching this video a year down the road, I would imagine some of these homes are going to be still currently being built or coming to market as you see this. So if you're interested in new construction or any of these homes, definitely reach out to us. All right, so now I'm going to take you up in the air around this neighborhood to kind of give you a better feel for what the city looks like and kind of how everything is laid out. All right, so now up in the air here, as you probably might have guessed, not too long ago, all of this was farmland. And kind of in the upper right-hand corner, you can kind of start to see some of the farms. Pretty much all the entire perimeter of Canby is going to look like that. Is going to be surrounded by farmland. And then you can kind of start to see here as we move into the Willamette Valley Country Club, which is a really popular country club. I can't say for myself personally. I've never actually been there. I've been golfing. Definitely don't consider myself a golfer though, so I can't speak too much about it. But I know other people that have been and that are members here, and they say it's great. I know it's really popular. Their website says they proudly boast one of the most highly respected 18-hole championship golf courses in the Pacific Northwest. Also say that they offer the finest in casual and formal dining for their members and guests. And if you were to continue to head that direction that we were heading just a moment ago, it's maybe half a mile to a mile or so, and that would take you to the Willamette River that we initially crossed over on that ferry at the beginning of this video. So I hope this helps you to kind of get a better feel for what Canby's like, kind of what the lay of the land is, what the town's like. And if you're interested in moving here, if you have more questions about houses or buying a house or even selling your house, we list houses as well in Canby. You can give us a call, text us, email us, or schedule a Zoom with us if you'd like to meet. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure and hit the subscribe button so you can see more about what it's like to live in Oregon. And if this video helped you, give us a thumbs up. It lets us know that we're doing a good job. Feel free to comment as well. If you have any other questions or just comments, or you'd like to weigh in on the city of Canby, you can feel free to do so in the comments. All right, everyone, take care.